Well, that is how bad season one screwed up Wheel of Time. So let me be fair here. So I'm going to release my reviews and I'm not going to change my scores or even my general disposition. So my basic verdict is season one, garbage. Season two, a little bit better, but you know, um, many problems. Season three, I do think is a finally decent to good season, but they still have a lot, and I do mean a lot of problems. And I'm going to be so extra nice. I am not going to use problems or mistakes from seasons two to three. So this is just my top 10 on season one alone. You might say, well, one or two of these you are pulling from the other seasons, but I am, swear to God, I'm going to try to limit it to the first season and no particular order, but we can just come up with 10 bad, wrong things. That's how bad crazy. I could even produce a 20 list really easy, but let's go with a top 10. Now, the first one, to be fair, could be like, yeah, that is a problem, but it's more like a minor detail. I agree. You can dumb it down, but I do think it's a problem. So, number one is Tom. If you're not into the books at all, that's fine. But Tom is well, not a major book character, but he's kind of a fan favorite. And Tom Merrilin, yeah, that's the Robert Jordan pronunciation. Merrilin is such an adorable Deadpool character. And also, it is critical to the plot. But bonus, they aren't doing that part of the plot in the first book. So you're like, oh, great. So yeah, they just make Tom into a very small cameo. Good actor, and then poof, disappears. They do return, right? They do return certain things. So they do rectify certain things later. But you're like, why did we get rid of Tom? I don't know, but we're gonna get rid of him. And that brings us to number two, probably the major unforgivable. Oh my God, they make Rand a secondary character. And I want to be upfront. I don't really care about Rand. I know Rand. Many people love Rand. I don't really care about Rand, but nevertheless, that is the story. Rand should be super central in the first season, in the first book, but here he's just a secondary character. Why? Don't know. That brings us to number three. Oh, the dragon, yes, reborn, could be a woman. Even though Jordan was very explicit that no. The dragon, if it's going to be reborn, right? Spoilers. Yeah, the dragon is reborn. It's even, yeah, one book is called Dragon Reborn. Anyway, the dragon, if it's going to come back, if it comes back, is going to have to be a male. For deep lore reasons. Don't worry, they changed the lore too. But if you were going to obey the lore, there's no way it could, no. So, but they leave it open. Oh, it's a mystery, and, you know, it could be a woman. Right. Which brings us to, we're already in number four. Number four, the Perrin-wife incident. For those who don't know, and again, this shows if you're not a reader, you are better off because out of nowhere, Perrin has a wife. Okay, got it. All right, fine. You're taking notes here. All right, whatever. And then they kill her off. Okay, and it's Perrin, the one who kills her. There's actually a deeper problem, which is going to get us to number five. But you know, I'm going to be generous. I'm going to just morph two mistakes into one. All right, fine. Not a good idea. I agree with 90% of people. Like that was not a good idea. If you're going to do that, the way she died was pathetic. Okay, fine. But Perrin is powerful enough, he can just kill a woman easily. Now that you've shown this, and this is my rule here, and I apply this pretty much 99% of the board, there's only one major exception with Buffy, and I'm not going to explain it here, it's a very sensitive topic. If you show me this, if you show it explicitly in your canon, it is canon. So, okay, so it is fairly easy to die in this universe. From the first episode, you've shown us this. Perrin killed his wife. You've shown us this. This is you now. You killed the wife. It is over. That is the canon? Fine, that is the canon. Okay, so let's get to number five, and because this is going to tie right back in. So, well, technically it's three problems. Anyway, so number five is inconsistent power levels. The power levels are radically inconsistent, just in season one, with all of these people. But let's just stick to the egg, because the egg is really annoying. So, Egwene seems to be able to do certain amounts of the power, right? And it's like, okay, let's be nice. You're going to say, all right, fine. I can see how she got out of that using just a little bit of the channel. But then the final season totally destroys their own show because you've shown us this now that several women seem to have insane amounts of power. And magically, no pun intended, it goes away. So what Egwene, you go through the rest, all of them, they do certain things at the end of season 1. You're like, whoa, they are really powerful. And then, nope, we're just going to take it away. And you're like, alrighty then. So power levels just fluctuate when it's convenient. Even though you've shown us this, it's not just the good side. It's not just Rand or the women. Even the evil guys. And the evil things are the one consistent good thing about this show. They're pretty consistent there. But even some of the points, some of the villainous characters, they have radically inconsistent powers, right? They're supposed to be very powerful, and sometimes they are, but then magically they're not. Magically they're not. And this brings us to technically number 6, which is implied deaths. Now, I'll be fair here. They didn't technically kill this character. It's another fan favorite. They did not technically do it, so that is not a point against them. However, this is a problem that you implied XYZ died. And they do that a lot. So it's like, okay, you've implied this. It's implied. At least address this. Nope. So this implied, oh, this person died and that person died. So you think for a whole season, oh, they're dead. And then it's like, oh, they come back. And you're like, wait, I thought you died. Oh, yeah, it was just a major injury. But no, that gets us back to Perrin's wife, where you showed even, right, well, we'll be nice. A major injury can cause death. So you're either saying that was a minor injury, not a major injury, but you filmed it in a way, you did film it in a way, it looked like a major injury. So now I don't trust you anymore. Because now it's like, well, even a major injury should not kill someone. In a weird way, they are consistent with Elaine there, where it's like, she was injured, but she's just fine. So it's like, the injuries don't really matter. So how did Perrin's wife die? I don't know. They're anti-women. This is stupid. This is stupid. Okay, then let's get to number 7, the dagger. Which, to be fair, in the first couple episodes, that is consistent. It seems like this dagger is really dangerous and really powerful, but then they do things in season 2 and 3 to be like, yeah, the dagger's kind of a joke. But at least with season 1, it's like, for most of season 1, it looks like, okay, this dagger's dangerous. The dagger's very dangerous. Don't mess with the dagger. Okay, fine. But then this brings us to Mat. And to be fair, Mat, the real actor, the actual physical actor, did leave. So they were stuck reshooting things. They were stuck with him. So maybe you can wave that one away, but it's still the canon. So this Mat is different from the books. This Mat is, he's a bit of a villain. So this brings up confusion, namely, you can explain it, of course. The things he does in season 2 and 3 are weird. Well, we know why. They replaced the actor. Okay, but in the universe, you'd say, oh, that's the dagger. But it can't be the dagger because you do things to the dagger that make it look like a joke. So it can't be the dagger. So we're stuck. Is it the dagger or is it just Mat being Mat? We don't know because this is not normal book Mat. This is dark Mat. So is dark Mat just being darker? We don't know. We have no clue. And it's not. And listen, I'm fine with ambiguity. Like, listen, guys, I read Game of Thrones. I've read the Dark Tower books. I read modernist fiction. I have no issue with ambiguity. You can be ambiguous. You can be radically ambiguous if that is the artistic intention. Clearly, they were just stuck. They were like, okay, we're changing Mat and we're changing the dagger. So now it's like, which is it? Why is he acting darker? Is it dark Mat or is it the dagger? I don't know. But to be fair, we're sticking to season 1. We're going to stay with that rule. But there are things in the finale that are so ridiculous that you're like, it brings back the problems. Like, well, what is doing the work here? Is it the magic? Is it the one power? Is it the channel? Is it the prophecy? We don't know because Mat just leaves. Now, that's the physical actor, but that is a choice now. And now we're like, the best thing you could say, it's just very confusing at the end. It's very confusing.